Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into the wild world of run and gun arcade games. These games will push your reflexes to their limits, make your thumbs hurt, and sometimes make you yell at the screen like a cartoon villain. Before we jump into the action, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more gaming fun. Lock and load, here we go. Contra. Contra is like the action movie you were never allowed to watch as a kid, but decided to play anyway. This classic from Konami is one of the first games where players truly felt like unstoppable soldiers, fighting aliens, robots, and other things that probably did not have health insurance. You jump, you shoot, and you try very hard not to get hit because one tiny mistake sends you back to the start feeling like a sad sandwich. The game moves fast and demands quick thinking as enemies pour in from every direction. The iconic power-ups feel great, especially when you grab one before your friend can. That might make them glare at you like you just stole their pizza, but hey, survival first. The famous Konami code became a legend thanks to Contra, since those bonus lives saved kids everywhere from total failure. The bosses look terrifying in a funny way, like someone mashed together action figures and said, "This looks scary enough." Contra paved the way for every run and gun game that followed. People still love it because it gives pure adrenaline rushes with simple yet intense fun that never gets old. Metal Slug. Metal Slug is stylish cartoon chaos packed into a tiny arcade cabinet. This SNK masterpiece treats explosions like party decorations. Everything from the hand-drawn animations to the goofy sound effects has personality. You rescue prisoners, and they politely hand you rocket launchers like it is normal everyday behaviour. Even the enemies look unsure why they are fighting you. The humour shines throughout the game. Your hero can grow fat from too much food, scream louder than the explosions, and ride tanks that look like they were built by a playful mechanic with unlimited imagination. The action is fast, the bosses are huge, and the levels pack surprises around every corner. Of course, the challenge skyrockets in later missions, and the game sometimes wants your entire allowance. When bullets cover the screen, you may start questioning your eye coordination, but the fun is always worth the struggle. Metal Slug is one of those games where you keep saying just one more try until you realise you have been playing for 3 hours. It is crazy, charming, and legendary. Metal Slug 3. Metal Slug 3 takes everything loud and ridiculous about the first game and launches it into the stratosphere. The developers must have woken up one morning and said, "Let's make everything we ever imagined." Suddenly, you are fighting zombies, giant crabs, aliens, and creatures that look like someone invented them during a dream after eating too much pizza. Levels also branch into different paths, giving each playthrough fresh adventures. The animation is more detailed than ever, and even the explosions look like they practiced their choreography. The bosses are enormous and dramatic, firing attacks that light up the whole screen. The difficulty climbs very quickly though, and you might lose so many lives that you wonder if the game is judging you quietly. But clearing a tough mission feels like a heroic achievement, especially when you do it without crying in front of your friends. Metal Slug 3 remains a fan favourite because it keeps surprising players with wild ideas and endless action. It continues to be a must-play for anyone who enjoys run and gun chaos mixed with humour and style. Sunset Riders. Sunset Riders deserves a shiny cowboy hat of honour for bringing run and gun energy into the Wild West. You play as bounty hunters who shoot every villain in sight while yelling classic Western one-liners. The colours are bright and cheerful, even during intense fights. Enemies ride horses, throw dynamite, and jump out of saloons like they rehearsed for Broadway. The train levels feel like an action movie that forgot to pause for safety warnings. Boss battles are goofy, dramatic, and full of personality, as each outlaw yells something funny before losing. Two-player mode makes everything even more fun because you and a friend can argue over who gets the better rewards. The difficulty spikes sometimes when the screen fills with bullets faster than a stampede, but the game always keeps a smile on your face thanks to its humour and fast pacing. Sunset Riders gives players a rootin' shootin' arcade blast that mixes cowboy comedy with exciting action. Yee-haw for that! Gunforce 2. Gunforce 2 feels like Metal Slug's older cousin, who still partied a bit too much in the 90s. Many of the developers who later created Metal Slug worked on this game, and you can clearly see the early style form. The game loves vehicles. You can drive bikes, mechs, and random machines that look dangerous but extremely cool. Levels constantly push you to shoot quickly while dodging explosions that light up the screen. Sometimes, the screen becomes so packed with enemies that you feel like you need 6 more eyes. The soundtrack keeps things energized with upbeat music that says, "Keep shooting." There is not much story, unless the story is simply that everything must go boom. That is a perfectly fine story. The controls feel solid, and blowing up giant machines never gets old. Gunforce 2 may not be the most famous game on the list, but it provides loud, messy fun with satisfying arcade action. Fans of Metal Slug often enjoy discovering this game as a missing piece of arcade history. Shock Troopers. Shock Troopers switches the formula with a top-down angle that lets you run in all directions while firing non-stop. You choose from a team of heroes who look ready to star in their own 90s action movie. Each character has different abilities, so replaying the game always feels fresh. The levels offer multiple branching paths, giving players choices that keep things interesting. The movement is smooth and responsive, allowing you to dodge bullets like a ninja athlete. Enemies do not wait politely. They rush at you with grenades, tanks, and helicopters, turning every stage into an intense showdown. The voice clips are special. They might make you chuckle because they sound like someone recorded them after drinking too much soda, but that just adds charm to the whole experience. The bright graphics make it easy to track the chaos on screen. Shock Troopers may not be as well known as big titles like Contra, but it remains one of the best run and gun arcade games to play with friends who love fast action and teamwork. Merks. Merks throws you into dangerous missions where diplomacy is never an option. You blast through enemy armies with flamethrowers, heavy machine guns, and explosions that make your speakers nervous. The top-down perspective keeps you moving forward while enemies appear from every corner with endless determination. The game feels like one long battle where the lunch break was cancelled. Power-ups make you feel powerful, but they can disappear quickly if you get careless. The bosses are large, military machines that look ready to ruin your day. The graphics are not flashy, but the action stays fast and exciting. The difficulty does not hold back. Arcades probably loved Merks because players had to spend many coins to reach the end. But finishing a stage feels very rewarding because the game wants you to earn every moment. Merks is a classic game for players who enjoy intense battles, loud weapons, and feeling like the hero of an explosive action film. Mystic Warriors. Wrath of the Ninjas. Mystic Warriors looks at ninjas and says, "Let's make them run through a non-stop storm of bullets." You choose from a group of brightly dressed ninja heroes with cool weapons and fancy attacks. The action moves quickly through cities, mountains, and high-speed vehicles. Every moment pushes you to react fast and throw stylish moves. The music pumps up the excitement and keeps your energy high. Enemies come in huge numbers, and they love surprise attacks. Some people compare this game to Sunset Riders, since they share a similar style, but this one replaces cowboy hats with ninja masks. The bosses are giant and scary, which is exactly what you want in an arcade challenge. The story is simple, but ninjas fighting evil seldom need complicated writing. Sometimes the difficulty can feel unfair, especially near the end, but the fun animations and fast gameplay keep you coming back. Mystic Warriors may not be the most famous arcade title, yet it delivers ninja-themed action with tons of personality. Midnight Resistance. Midnight Resistance gives you a special rotating joystick that lets you aim in every direction while running. It feels a little confusing at first, like learning to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. But once the controls make sense, the gameplay becomes very smooth. Your goal is to fight through a dystopian world filled with dangerous soldiers and robotic enemies. You collect keys to buy new weapons in a shop between levels. The shop feature adds some strategy, because you must decide which weapon is worth saving for. The stages include a lot of enemies who attack from sneaky angles. Boss fights are loud and dramatic, giving you plenty of chances to panic. The graphics are old school, but still have a gritty style that fits the game's theme. Midnight Resistance challenges your movement and timing, making each victory feel earned. It remains a cool arcade experience for fans who want something that rewards skill and patience. Wild Guns. Wild Guns combines cowboys with robots in a way that nobody asked for, but everybody now loves. The game plays like a gallery shooter where you aim at enemies in the background while dodging attacks in the foreground. You control Annie or Clint, two sharp-shooting heroes with smooth dodge rolls that make you feel like a pro. The setting mixes Western landscapes with steampunk machines. If you ever wanted to fight a giant robot scorpion in a saloon, this game makes that dream possible. The difficulty rises fast, and bullets zip across the screen quicker than you can shout "duck." Playing with a friend doubles the fun because you can panic together. The visuals are detailed, and each level offers fun new designs. The bosses look wild and dangerous with attacks that explode everywhere. Wild Guns remains beloved because it gives a different twist to run and gun gameplay with creative style and awesome cowboy energy. Cabal. Cabal shakes up the genre with a third-person view where your character rolls and jumps while firing at everything ahead. You destroy buildings, walls, tanks, and pretty much anything unlucky enough to exist. Watching environments crumble feels very satisfying, like you are cleaning the battlefield with explosives. The controls can take practice since you move and aim together, but the challenge becomes fun once it clicks. Enemies rush you constantly, throwing grenades and firing wildly, so staying alive requires fast reflexes and some luck. The graphics are simple but clear, and each mission ends with your character doing a little victory dance that deserves applause. Cabal may not look as flashy as more modern games, but it played a huge role in shaping the run and gun genre. It proved that arcade shooters can be creative with camera style and gameplay ideas while still delivering tons of excitement and chaos. Blood Bros. Blood Bros feels like Cabal went on vacation to the Old West and came back with a cowboy hat. The gameplay is similar since you shoot from a behind the character view while dodging explosions, but this time, enemies include sneaky bandits, dynamite throwers, and giant mechanical bosses that look way too advanced for Western technology. The backgrounds break apart dramatically as you shoot, which keeps things exciting. The game also adds humour with funny character expressions and exaggerated animations. Even the villains seem to have silly reactions when they lose. The fights get harder as you progress, and your fingers may start arguing with you, but clearing a stage feels great because the action keeps escalating in fun ways. Some players say Blood Bros borrowed too many ideas from Cabal, but the Western theme gives it a fresh personality. It offers a hilarious explosion-filled adventure that fans of old-school arcade shooting can enjoy again and again. Ninja Commando. Ninja Commando takes ninjas and adds time travel, because ninjas running through history sounds awesome. You choose one of 3 ninja warriors, each with cool moves and strong special attacks. The top-down perspective keeps the action clear as you blast enemies from different eras. One stage might throw dinosaurs at you, and the next has armoured soldiers with too many weapons. The story keeps moving fast, and the voice lines are enthusiastic enough to make you smile. The gameplay can feel repetitive at times, because enemies keep charging at you like they never learn. Power-ups help you feel stronger, and special moves deal huge damage when you need a dramatic moment. Bosses are big and loud and love to explode in bright fashion. The graphics are colourful, and The pacing stays quick with barely a moment to breathe. Ninja Commando gives you classic arcade fun with wild time travel spice that keeps the adventure exciting. Dolphin Blue. Dolphin Blue swims into the genre with one of the most unique concepts ever. You fight evil forces while riding dolphins through sparkling oceans and futuristic cities. The visuals look like an anime action show, full of bright movement and stylish effects. Characters leap into the air, dash across water, and fire weapons while performing dramatic stunts. The dolphins help you glide quickly, creating fast and smooth gameplay. The bosses are huge and creative, sometimes looking like seafood that grew anger issues. Parts of the story are cheesy, but the cutscenes have plenty of charm. The game did not release widely, so many players missed the chance to experience it in arcades. That makes Dolphin Blue a hidden treasure. Anyone who plays it remembers how different and exciting it feels. It proves the run and gun genre can explore new ideas with great results, especially when dolphins get involved. Blazing Chrome. Blazing Chrome is a modern love letter to classics like Contra and Metal Slug, built with fast action and pixel art style. You face an army of robots that want to ruin humanity's day. The controls are smooth, and shooting enemies feels immediately satisfying. The difficulty can be tough, especially for new players, but the checkpoints help you learn and improve. You get bikes, heavy weapons, and boss fights that fill the whole screen with danger. The levels offer strong designs that remind players of arcade history while still feeling fresh. The soundtrack adds energy with intense electronic beats. Some wish the story lasted longer because the adventure ends pretty quickly, but short and awesome is better than long and boring. Blazing Chrome succeeds by giving players everything they love about run and gun games, packed into a modern revival that runs perfectly on current systems. It keeps the spirit of the arcade alive for a new generation. Marvelous verdict. And that wraps up our explosive journey through 15 amazing run-and-gun arcade games. These titles will challenge your reflexes and sometimes your anger management skills. Which one have you played the most? And which one made you yell at the screen the loudest? Tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your fellow gamers. Thanks for watching, keep your weapons ready, and keep blasting.